If you want to become a billionaire, you first need to think like a billionaire. Hi, my name's Ibrahim and I'm a professional hypnotist for billionaires. They pay me tens of thousands of dollars to hypnotize them for more success. And in this video, I'm going to show me brainwashing 17 women CEOs inside of this villa on the Palm in Dubai to become billionaires. Follow along, see how it happens.
Round of applause, ladies.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here with all of you. I would love to know what that intention was for all of you in a minute, but just to give you some context, my name's Ibrahim. I'm a professional hypnotist. I work with billionaires, CEOs, athletes, really just to help them to get to the next level in their life. That's what I really specialize in. Most people, when you think about hypnosis, you imagine, someone quacking like a duck or going to sleep, that whole side of things. Or, if you're religious, maybe it's you could say it could be demonic, or if you're conspiracy theorist, you might say it's used to control the minds of MK Ultra and all those kind of things. My conspiracy theorists. I'm not saying those things aren't true. It's a tool at the end of the day. It can be used for good or bad, just like you can have a butter knife. You can use that to make your breakfast, or you can use it to harm someone, right? Of course, what I use it for is to help people. To give you just a bit of context about how I got into this, because you're probably wondering how the heck did you even become a hypnotist? I wasn't always one. My journey started 12 years ago. I was 19 years old, and my brother-in-law bought me a ticket to a Tony Robbins seminar. So I was 19 years old, I had no idea what I was getting in for. Does everyone know who that is? Tony Robbins? Yeah. I had no idea who that was. I was just a shy, insecure 19-year-old, didn't know what I was doing with my life. I turn up to this event, I'm clutching this ticket. I feel this anxiety in my chest, I'm sweating. I was so anxious I couldn't even ask the usher where my seat was. So I go into this event, there's 15,000 people, the flashing lights jumping up and down on the stage, all these things going on. And it was one of those moments in life where I could take two decisions. Part of me wanted to just leave and say, let me go back to what is comfortable. Let me go back to what I know. The other part of me said, if you take this step and you be open, if you be courageous, you could create a change. So I decided I'm just going to go all in. I'm going to just see what happens. 4 days later, I'm walking over fire. I drank the Kool-Aid and my life changed. I walked out way more confident. I built a successful marketing company back then. I had all the external things I wanted in life, but I realized that didn't necessarily give me the fulfillment part of life. There's a science to success, there's an art to fulfillment. And so over the years, I started to really look at, okay, what are the most successful people in the world doing that they're not sharing? My first ever mentor told me when I was 19, success leaves clues. So look at what successful people do. And as I started to get really obsessed with everything around the mind, I started to realize that a lot of these really successful people were quietly using, whether it's forms of hypnosis or these different mind techniques, to really reprogram themselves. And so I became obsessed with doing that. I became really good at it. And now I'm at a place where I get the privilege of helping incredible people, very influential people. For me, I see it as if I can help you guys to make one key change today, the impact that all of you can go and make with the people you help can be an amazing butterfly effect. And that's what I'm really excited about doing. So in terms of, okay, how does hypnosis work? What actually is it? Has anyone been hypnotized before? Curious? Okay, you guys have. How was it for you? How was your experience?
Mine was kind of really mild. I did it through NLP.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's all mild. But others in the room were like choo-choo training and doing kind of weird things.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of really relaxed.
Okay, cool. And you did some?
Yeah, well, my background is hypnotherapy and
Okay,
psychotherapy.
right.
So, yeah, and then I was a hypnotherapy instructor.
Oh, cool. Okay.
I love it.
Amazing. So you've done loads, of course, and you've done some as well?
Yeah, I've done
Was it-
RTT, so
Okay, yeah.
transformational
Yeah,
therapy.
yeah.
And it was great, it was really powerful.
Amazing.
Managed to go into some past lives, past experiences, so it went really deep. And
Super.
for me, I don't like being not in control, so
Yeah.
that felt really weird.
Yeah.
That I couldn't move or come out of that state.
Mm.
And I just had to journey through my mind. And
Got it. That's a common belief that people have that you're losing control if you're being hypnotized. The reality is you're actually in hypnosis more often in the day than you're not. So you're actually in hypnosis all the time. So when you wake up in the morning, you know, when you're in that sleep and dreamy state in between awake and asleep, that's hypnosis. When you're brushing your teeth, that's a form of hypnosis. When you're in the shower, when you're driving, these are all states of trance that you go into. So can you be hypnotized? Well, yes, you go into it all the time. It's like saying, can I breathe air? It's like you just do it unconsciously, right? The problem is for most people is you're getting hypnotized for things that aren't serving you. So it could be programming from parents, from your schooling system, from your culture. You know, for me, an example, you know, I didn't grow up poor, but I definitely didn't grow up with money either. You know, I'm half Indian, so I remember once asking my dad for a PlayStation when I was a kid, and he said, what do you think, money grows on trees? Belief. Me being a little smart, I said, well, you know, money's made from paper, paper comes from trees. Don't say that to your Indian dad, that didn't end up well. But these beliefs get implanted into our subconscious mind without us even knowing about it. We don't even think about it, it just kind of happens. And these beliefs control us subconsciously because the subconscious, depending on how you study it, is 95 to 99% of your overall mind. So to think that we can consciously just willpower our way or push our way through things, that's what creates resistance. That's what makes things hard. It's very rarely a case of not knowing how or having the motivation to. It's usually a programming problem. So if we can change the programming in the mind, that's when things happen automatically. That's when synchronicities happen. That's when things just seem to fall on your lap. It's not actually by chance that happens. If you were able to look back at all of the things that happened to lead to that point, there was a sequence of events. And so we're going to intentionally create that today for all of you so that you can make that change. Okay, does anyone have any questions, by the way, in terms of, yes?
Oh, can we record on our phone?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Yes. Yeah.
How do you overcome the fear
Mm-hmm.
of being hypnotized?
Yeah.
So I have always wanted to give it a go.
Sure.
But I'm so afraid
Yeah.
that I will never almost come back
Yeah.
into my body despite what you just said.
Totally. So it's really, the key thing is trust and relaxation. So half of the clients that I work with are women, and it's so important to just feel calm, to be able to feel like you can actually trust the person that you're working with. So getting into a relaxed state, I would say, is the most important thing. With hypnosis, you're never going into a state that you can't come out of. And you're actually gaining more control than losing it. Like the thought is, okay, I'm being controlled. That's the misconception. You're actually gaining control back over your mind because you're intentionally choosing to choose differently when you're going into hypnosis. So hopefully that helps a little bit. We can do some exercises and stuff as well so that you can experience it a little bit. Go ahead.
I also have a question. So I've never been professionally hypnotized, but I have tried a few of these like free masterclass,
Sure.
Disappear and stuff like that. And for me what happens is so much comes up and I don't know how to sort it.
Yeah.
And of course there's a lot of beliefs that are coming up. So I know something that's really active for me is being penalized in school for being smart and clever and coming first in class. And so that is always translated into, oh, don't shine too much, or don't don't take up space because you're going to be penalized for it. But then there's so many substacks underneath it that also come up, and I just find myself getting really jittery in the experience, not knowing, perhaps it was a lack of good guidance, but so much comes up. How, like, is there a process, like, do you really go into one belief, or do you guide into like one intention and get really specific about it?
We can go as deep as you guys want to go. So this is up to you guys. Like if you like
That's my dream. Like, that's my dream to get there, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I want to just go for it.
Yeah, for sure. So we can kind of do it so everybody gets to go at their own pace, right? So we'll do some group stuff, and then also if some of you want to do some individual stuff, we can also do some of that if we have time as well. Yeah.
No, that's good. Just going, yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
If you have suppressed like trauma or something,
Yeah.
or is there a possibility that doing this could bring something to the surface that's been suppressed and cause psychological
For sure.
issues?
Absolutely. Yeah. So it's funny because people come to me because they want to, they want to grow, they make more money, they want to expand their business. But ultimately, the first thing is understanding, okay, well, what's the trauma that's holding you back, right? So we can release that. The beautiful thing about hypnosis, the reason why it's so powerful is because instead of just us standing around talking about it for hours, like I literally have clients in Dubai who've worked with the best therapists in the world for years. Ibrahim, I know what all of my problems are. Fantastic, but I still have them. Not helpful, right? The reason why hypnosis is so powerful is because we get into the state, which is hypnosis, trance, the theta brainwave state, to then be able to make the subconscious change, okay? So, for example, in that trauma, it's just a case of being able to become aware of it. Once you become aware of it internally, you can release it like that. It does not take a long time. Most of my clients, when they start with me, they're just doing an initial session. That's all they need to have a breakthrough. Obviously, some will go for long because they want to do other stuff, but it does not take a long time to change. It's actually easier to change faster than slowly. It's just a massive collective limiting belief that this stuff takes a long time. It's hard to change slowly if you think about it, because it's like a grind. You have to show up every day. Change can happen in an instant, truly, because there's a moment in time when that change occurs. It's just a case of getting to that moment. And if you're ready to have that change, then it's just a case of allowing yourself to.
Just because you said about the doing harm piece, what has always been super helpful for me is to just allow what's ready to come up and be released,
Yeah.
to be the thing that comes up to be released. So you have to worry about anything that's not ready. So just set that intention and you'll let go without it needing to be stressful or painful or.
Yeah. I don't think I have anything that's not acknowledged, that like it's all tightly controlled.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's tight shit, okay.
For sure. A lot of people I work with are very logical business people, right? So it's like very much in the mind, and it's just a case of it's a decision, right? It's a decision to say, okay, do I want to face this thing? It's like if one of you had a phobia of snakes, what do you think the first thing we would do is we would get a snake so that you can see it, so that you're no longer fearful of it, right? When you illuminate something and it's in the light, it no longer has power over you. When it's in the dark, that's where it can show up in ways that we don't want, right? So really just depends on what you guys want to do. I have some intentions as well, but I'd actually love to understand, we'll just do a quick 30 seconds of, if you could have one thing from today, if you could wave a magic wand and you could just have one shift, one outcome, release something, whatever it is that you would want, what would that be? If you're happy to start for us.
Wow. Probably unleash my true self the most in order to kind of don't stop limiting myself on things that I know and it feels good for me, and it just I'm too much in my head sometimes. So unleash myself in order to trust more and stop kind of like understand, as you say, like taking space is fine. Taking more space and feel that I don't have to stop myself. It's okay to let go the brakes.
Yes. I love that. I love that. Thank you. How about you?
For me, it would be more clarity, confidence, and conviction in fully allowing myself to step into my power and really create the movement that I'm here to build.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
I think for me it's understanding my next identity, that next level identity that I need to come out to the world with. I've had so much transformation this year. It's really understanding, okay, who am I now?
Yeah.
After all of this transformation, after this retreat, who am I going back to the UK as? What version of me is going to emerge after this?
I love that.
For
For me, it would be similar, a bit of identity work, and also I feel like I've got a block that I try to handle with logic, and there's a part of me, the logical part of me is telling the logic, let go, because I know that the logic isn't going to solve it, but then there's fear that stops me wanting to go like fully in.
Okay.
Emotional.
Yeah. Change is already happening. Thank you for sharing.
Kind of similar to Julia, where it's like, yeah, just I'm dimming my shine a bit, or I have the brakes on. I know I should be doing, or I feel like I'm hiding part of who I'm meant to be, and I need to not, and it needs to feel safe to not.
Beautiful.
I think I'm agreeing with all the ladies and what you guys said. Yeah. Also, 10x my revenues and 10x my impact.
Someone had to say it. Imagine if no one set that intention. You guys would be so pissed off if that didn't happen.
Mine is really the same. I've just had a block there for a while that I need to just step into the next version and just go for it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, step into my next level of receiving and abundance.
Love it.
Mine's kind of deep. If you could wave a magic wand today, I would say I'd love to get rid of my abandonment issues, and that comes into work for me because it has made me very hyper independent, and I just try to control things too much. So I'd love to just be able to trust more and receive more and surrender.
Amazing.
Avalanches of infinite abundance.
That's a pro right there. I love that.
So I would love to enjoy my success more, and I would like to be more present and fill my present moment when nobody's watching me with more positive thoughts and not thoughts of my little girl who is anxious about not being liked. So it's incredible for me to watch. Like it takes a lot of willpower to show up right now, like not being afraid of many things that the ladies have shared, which is visibility, success, owning your success. I do all of that. I would just like to enjoy it more and without overthinking things, and also because I teach women how to feel their feelings, I bring a lot of my feelings to business, and that doesn't serve me sometimes. So I would love to switch on the business, like I would like to have a separation from my business mind from my emotional mind, if that makes sense. See, I told you there's a lot that comes out. It's never one thing.
Honestly, that's such a big one. I just released a YouTube video about this actually. So I did a hypnosis with some women. Actually, Maggie was there. A woman named Shelby Sapp. I don't know if any of you know her. She's so I was doing some work with her. She teaches women sales, big character. And what I was creating for them was this, almost like this alter ego, but this ability to switch between the masculine and the feminine, like a switch, just like that. And it really is in your mind an on-off switch. It actually is just like that. You can anchor yourself and create it's still you, it's just a different part of you for a different scenario. And a lot of women that I work with, particularly successful women, have that same thing, because when you're very focused on business and helping people, it's very much in the masculine energy, which is amazing because you're making so much impact. At the same time, those other parts of you, of course, need to be fulfilled, met, and seen. So we can definitely touch on that as well.
And the opposite. So
Okay.
I bring a lot of feminine to my
Okay,
business,
got you.
and I want to like take it away a bit.
Right.
And be more sharp in my business.
Got you. Okay, amazing.
Thank you.
So I'll try and frame it in concise because I don't really know.
That's okay. Let me just say this. If any of you aren't sure, not knowing is the best place to start, because that shows you're on the precipice of knowing.
I don't know what the
Right.
word is.
Yeah.
Like that I need to. But
Word vomit all over us, whatever comes out.
I need to just get my shit together and sort myself out. Like I changed careers, and I always knew a lot of my identity, my success, my validation, my motivation is my job. And I don't have any hobbies. I'm not good at anything. I don't really have any friends. Like that all comes through work. Now I've given up my corporate career. It's gone. So my energy bursts are gone. My people to bounce ideas off. Stuff that made me is gone. But I have this vision. I 100% know I can do it. but there probably is a bit of a wavering self-belief now and just moving to action. I spoke to my son last night on the phone, he's 21, and he said to me, I told you this last week, I'm telling you again, your energy's dead, I can't stand speaking to you, I love you, I don't mean this to sound harsh, he's autistic and got ADHD, it definitely sounds harsh, like there is no filter, but he was like, you're affecting my ability to make money, he's a little entrepreneur,
Wow.
and I was like, wow. And my husband loves me to pieces, so he would never say anything like that to me, but if my son's feeling it, my husband's gonna be, I think. So I'm like, fuck, like, I'm really affecting like the people around me, but I also think I must be allowed to have my quiet, like, you should be allowed to go through your transition, but I'm also not enjoying the space I'm in, so we've got to like get out of it quick. And also from a money perspective, I have an incredibly blessed life, like my husband's very, very good to me, but not having a big chunk of money come into my bank account every single month since I gave up my corporate career, I could never ever have predicted the impact that's had on me. If I made £100 right now, that would feel more to me than any of the money I've made from my career, and I've made a lot, but because I have got nothing now, like, don't get off me, I've got like, but do you know what I mean? I've got nothing to come in every single month that says, that's yours because you did X or you achieved something. I never ever knew how much that meant to me. It's not even the amount, like £1 would be nice. I'll take it. But like, honestly, so I've got to sort my shit out. Like, I'm not stupid, like I know what I need to do, I'm just not doing it. Like, I'm paralysed.
What's stopping you?
Some of it, I think, is partly judgment from people who have always seen me as a successful corporate CEO, somebody that was supposed to inspire all those other young women that they could take the roles at the board table that men usually take, that I am letting them down, or that I'm reinforcing all of the idiots that made comments in the press or on social media when I got my CEO role that I wasn't capable of it and I shouldn't have been giving it. The fact that I'm now doing something that they might think is fluffy or flaky, I'm reinforcing that belief that they had that I shouldn't have had the jobs that I had. So that judgment thing, which is interesting because as a person I generally don't really care what people think of me. That is the only pocket of my life where I do care what people think when it comes to my corporate career, or my career in any sense. So I think part of it is judgment, but I don't know what you said, and it was totally irrelevant to what you said, but you said something and it made me realise that these are like a dot in like the world, like they are the smallest amount of people that, and I don't know why I care like what they think. Like, I won't put myself out there on LinkedIn because of that. But yeah, so I don't know, it's all just stuff that I know is not real. Like,
So, by the way, everyone has some version of what you just said, so thank you for sharing that. When you go through your mind and you think about, okay, I put myself out there, this fear of judgment maybe stops me. What specifically is that judgment? And the reason why, whilst you're thinking about that, okay, we can say we shouldn't care about what other people think. It's never about the other person. It's about the fact that a part of you believes what the other person is saying because you believe that is true.
Oh, it's shame, I think. Like, I definitely have a thing about shame.
How does
like,
it?
But the weirdest things, like that, like failing or feeling ashamed that I on the career thing. But then there's other things about me which society would think are incredibly shameful that I do not feel ashamed. Like, I'm a recovering addict and alcoholic, like, and a lot of people would feel ashamed of that. Like, I couldn't really give a shit, like what anyone thinks about that. But then there's this other thing that I think the majority of people would think that's not something to feel ashamed. I feel ashamed of that, but it's not. I haven't even done anything to be ashamed of. But it's like, I would say the word is definitely shame.
Okay.
But I can't really articulate it that much because it's only occurred to me in the last 12 months that it's shame.
Yeah.
So I still haven't completely understood it myself.
Do you know, are you conscious about what you're shameful about with that thing?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I haven't really been, and it's not from one of trying.
Okay.
I know if I understand it, I'll get over it probably.
Yeah.
I can't unpick it to get to that.
Okay. So here's the thing: is you don't even need to know.
Oh, okay, that's helpful.
Like it actually, because if you think about it, okay, you know about it, great, can still be there. Ultimately, the shame is it's an emotion, it's a vibration, it's an energy that gets stored inside of you. It's heavy, carrying that shame, right? And so, if you look at it in terms of a little bit more spiritually for a second, we have these energy centers within us, right? People call them chakras. That shame gets stored inside of you, so it's like this heavy burden that you're carrying, and so that is the block that is stopping you from being who you know you are capable of being. So in the absence of that shame, if you imagine just for a moment, if you didn't have that shame or that what you were carrying, how would your life be different?
Well, if I didn't have the shame, then I think whatever causes the shame in me would give me the fuel and the fire to do what I need to do, because that's how I've achieved things in the past, by flipping what's like draining or making me hide. So yeah, that's what I would do to it. I would take that little, I can actually feel it myself, like a little like black ball of something. I would turn it into my fuel.
Yeah.
But I just don't know why I cannot do that right now. Like, I'm trying, but it's like, it's not happening.
What if you could do it right now?
Well, that'd be amazing, because I'd be getting back on the plane, going home, and my son would be not giving me a lecture on a voice note. But yeah, and I would go and crack on and make the millions that I plan to make.
Who thinks we should do that? That sounds like a pretty... Does anyone else have something like that you feel like you're maybe carrying? Whether it's a blockage, it could be a feeling like that. I just want to get an idea for the room so I can see.
I mean, I don't pitch myself actively anywhere.
Okay.
That definitely is a block. So it's a bit of that hyper independence. So I have built a business, which I would say is freaking self-made.
Yep.
But I love connection and I love collaboration, but I find I'm so much better one-on-one versus like doing the, hey, I just saw your stuff and would you like to come be a guest on my podcast? I just never do that, and I really feel like I love Nick for that, because she's so like, she just goes in and she talks and people love her, and I just sort of feel like I'm quiet, I'm hermit, I have identified, so I'm a hermit in my human design. And I have just really identified with that part of myself. It's like, I can't do that stuff. Like, I don't go out and say hello. You know, if somebody wants to talk to me, they'll find me. You know, I would really love to break through that belief system and just sort of be open to connection and also going for it. So going for it is masculine. And as I said, I tend to run my business in a very leaned back feminine way so that I don't have to deal with other people. And I would like to open up to that and just start like going out, reaching out, and not have a bad connotation connected with it.
Okay. Does anyone else see her as a hermit? I'm curious.
No.
No? Oh. I thought it was just me. I was just checking. I
said this to you earlier, but I feel just being in your presence, I get a lot without you saying anything. And I really like that. I think that's really powerful. But I recognise like kind of the introverted thing in you. But I don't know. I think I really like that version of it. Like I find it so hard. Staying here to get the vibes. It's very calm, but it's also a very like happy thing as well that I think you give off without even opening your mouth. And then when you do talk, it is lovely as well. But yeah, I don't know. It's really nice.
Thank you. That's really nurturing to hear. It's interesting because I'm already seeing how the room perceives me versus how I see myself. And I have to say it takes willpower. So it's not something, so like to be quiet is my natural state of being. But I promise myself I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna talk. I'm not gonna sit back in a corner. So it takes willpower, and I would like it to flow more naturally and not want it to take willpower.
Yeah. So we have different parts of us. Many, many different parts of us that exist. So there's a part of you who likes to be a hermit and likes to be quiet and introverted. There's another part of you who deeply loves being out there, wants to be seen, right? And so all of you will have these different parts of yourself. And let's think about it in a CEO situation for a minute. Imagine you're at the you're the running the boardroom. You have all of these different board members, okay? All of these different board members are parts of you. Your job is for all of their needs to be met as good as possible. Because if you imagine one shareholder saying, we need to invest more into the environment, another shareholder saying, no, we just need to do more marketing, another's trying to cut costs, right? And they're all kind of fighting each other. There's this conflict. Your role is to find a way that all of their needs can be met. And that first comes from allowing those parts of you to come through. So allowing yourself to say, okay, yeah, there is this hermit part of me who loves to be quiet. And at the same time, there's a part of me who loves to get out there and shine. And the more we can do that, and we'll do some of that today, the more in alignment you'll be. That's when things will feel natural, effortless. You won't have to force things because you just know yourself better. It's a process of self-awareness. And oftentimes we put ourselves in a box of, I am this type of person because it feels safe, because it's an identity. And then people see you that way. And then part of you knows that's not exactly as I am. And then that creates the gap between your external perception and who you are on the inside. This is really a process of allowing yourself to be fully authentic, fully you, and notice that the people that you are attracted to are people who are fully authentic. Not even people who are like you. I'm sure you can think of people who aren't even like you, but they're just themselves. Maybe you disagree with them, but you kind of respect that. That's the highest vibration that exists. It's that authenticity, which truly comes from allowing all parts of yourself to be seen and met. Okay, so we'll do a practice on that. Anybody else want to add anything? Yes, go ahead.
What if what you carry isn't yours?
Yeah, that's also, I'm sensing this is a pretty empathic room. Then
So even your people,
yeah.
but even going ancestrally,
Yeah.
generationally, soul level.
None of it's ours.
Yeah.
None of it's ours.
None of it's
Yeah.
ours.
But it's coming through. Like for me right now,
Yeah.
what's coming through is my family's coming through around partition.
Mm.
That's not a block I have.
Yeah.
Because I didn't go through it, but they went through it, and that feeling is coming through like as a bit of a block.
Yeah.
Even being in Dubai, surrounded by Indians, that feels like a trigger for me because I feel like almost ancestrally, Indians have been replaced, like slave labor almost got replaced by cheap Indian labor.
Yeah.
And that's quite triggering. And that's not a block that I have, but I can feel it coming through as you're even talking and as things are coming up.
Yeah.
But I don't hold it. But I feel it.
Yeah. We were in Dubai a few months ago and we were going up into our apartment and 20 or 30 Indian men were getting on a bus after finishing their labor, really beaten down bus surrounded by all of this abundance. And there was this one guy just sitting there, just like up against the wall. And I was just looking at him and I had this moment where, so I'm half Indian. My dad actually grew up in Uganda. So he went from being very rich to held at gunpoint to coming into the UK with nothing. And this just moment came up where I realized, oh, that could have easily been me. I was just happened to be born into a circumstance that was different. And so naturally I felt things come through from that lineage. Ultimately, the belief that I have and the perception that I choose to take on is, okay, where is the benefit in this? What is this resource giving me? Right? Because everything is ultimately happening for you if you choose to see it that way. So that feeling that you have, beautiful. You can let yourself feel it. Like you even said, it's not yours. So it doesn't have to be this big deal or big thing. I'm getting the sense that it's not. Any emotion that comes up is just, it's beautiful, right? It's one of the people I really like is a guy called Michael Singer. He's a spiritual teacher, and the way he describes emotions is it's like an orchestra. Imagine I go to the orchestra and we're chilling the next day and you ask, how was it? I say, oh, it's beautiful. I cried, I laughed, it was amazing. You cried, what do you mean? How can that be beautiful? Because it's that whole spectrum of emotion that we get to experience. The quality of your life is the quality of your emotion. And as women, you have the superpower of being more tapped into your emotions. And so oftentimes I find through whether it's society, whether it's fathers, just educational systems, that get suppressed because, you know, it's a masculine society for the most part, right? But that's also your superpower. That's what makes you magnetic. That's what attracts things to you when you can fully harness that energy. So because emotion is energy. It's the same thing. So when you feel that, let yourself feel it. If you feel like you want to cry through it, let yourself cry. If you want to express it, let yourself express it. Because that's what freedom is. You know, we always talk about freedom, time, location, financial. All great, all super important. Inner freedom is that. I always say your internal state creates your external reality. I have it tattooed on my arm. Your internal state is your thoughts, your emotions, and your environment. Those are the things that you can ultimately influence. So anytime that's coming through, beautiful.
That's a really good reframe actually, because there's a part of Dubai, I don't know if you guys know, that all the Indians pretty much live.
Yeah.
And I avoid going there, but actually they're so happy.
Yeah.
If you go there, they're so happy. They're eating the best Indian food in the best Indian restaurants, and they're just so happy. And it's my perception of wealth or happiness or where they're living. They're not living here, they're living over there. But actually for them, their reality is that they're really happy. They actually moved from a shanty town in India maybe, and they're living in Dubai. And how many people can say that they live in Dubai?
Yeah.
And that's their happiness. So yeah, it's definitely.
The only thing you can truly control is your perspective. So there are many people who live on this palm right now who are deeply unhappy. I work with billionaires, and I can tell you that, you know, as cliche as it sounds, doesn't mean that they're happy. I can tell you that with absolute certainty. It's what I get on calls with them every single day. And likewise, I've helped people right at the beginning of their journey who just have this, you know, everything is new to them, like a child, right? When you're a child and somebody asked, what do you want to do when you grow up? Whatever you said, I want to be a president, I want to be an astronaut, I want to be a runway model, or nowadays I want to be a YouTuber, that's what all kids want to be. There's no block there, because as a child you haven't been installed with this limitation. And so as an adult, it's just a case of, okay, recognizing what do I believe? And if it's not serving me, changing that. As soon as you change that, everything else changes. And it happens that quickly. So I want us all to be able to experience that today. I'll do a quick demonstration so you can kind of just get an idea. Do you want to come up or just so you can kind of see what it looks like? So in hypnosis, it's all about bypassing the subconscious mind, okay? So you can just take a nice deep breath in and sleep, fully relaxing all the way down. So now she is conscious and awake, but she's in what's called theta right now, okay? So she can hear me. If I say, can you hear me? Nod your head if you can. She can hear me. So she is conscious, she's fully in control, she's just in hypnosis right now, okay? And if I wanted to take her deeper into hypnosis, I could say, imagine that your eyelids are getting so heavy that you cannot open them. Imagine that they're stuck together, and once you understand and acknowledge that they're stuck together, you can nod your head. Okay. Try and open your eyes. You see? And when I click my fingers, you can open your eyes. Okay? And come back up. So this is the power of your mind. She chose to allow that to happen. Okay? This is how quickly you can change your beliefs. And if we wanted to take it a level deeper, I could just go and sleep. And now I want you to imagine that there are two steel boots on your beautiful feet. Imagine that you're putting those two steel boots on and they're really, really heavy. They weigh 1,000 kilograms, 1,000 tons. And if you try and move your feet right now, you'll notice that there's a weight on them. When you can feel that weight, you can just nod for me. Okay, and eyes open wide awake. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm good.
Feeling good? Mm-hmm. Yeah. What does it feel like right now?
Feel way different than when I walked up here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to come over here for a sec?
Okay.
What do you mean you can't?
Literally my feet are stuck.
Are you a paid actor?
No.
Okay. And when I click my fingers, you just go back to sleep. Now sleep, fully relaxing, all the way down. Okay. So this is the power of your mind, okay? Now, how can we use this to actually create change, not just do a cool, party trick? Well, if I was to say, I want you to just think about one thing, one belief, one idea, one fear, one story that's been holding you back, okay? And whatever comes up, your subconscious mind will bring that up right now. Once that is in your head, I want you to nod for me. Okay. Eyes open, wide awake. What came up for you?
That I have to suffer in order to make money. That it has to be, it's hard, like I have to hustle or push.
Okay. Does anyone else relate to that? Maybe, yeah? So I have to work hard to make money.
Yeah, like I have to be in my masculine, like.
Interesting. Okay. Does anyone have an idea of what a different belief could be? What would be a more empowering belief?
I attract money with ease and grace.
We have the professional here.
Or more fun, more money.
More fun, more money?
I like that, yeah.
Okay. What else? Anyone else have any ideas?
I know how to make money so I can make it anytime I like.
Okay. Anyone else?
Money loves flowing to me.
Beautiful. Okay.
I make money in my sleep and when I'm hypnotized.
Yes, girl.
Funnily enough, I just did this with a client named Sarah. She runs a business in the US, and she'd never been hypnotized before. She recognized she had this money block, okay? So we removed it in hypnosis. The way she described it was physical space opened up in her head. Like there was a pain in her head that she didn't realize was that it moved. When we looked at where it was in the brain, it was between the neocortex, which is the thinking part of the brain, and the amygdala, which is the fear part of the brain. Once we removed that fear, not only did that go away, this expansion in her body happened, there was this tightness in her chest, $210,000 just showed up unexpectedly the very next week. You can't make this shit up. I have it on video. She literally showed me the check. I was like, there's no way. She showed me the check, okay? It's attraction at the end of the day, right? When you are on the same resonance as whatever you want to create, it will come to you. It cannot not come to you. It's just about removing whatever the thing is that is there, okay? So we're going to remove that belief. Just take your hand, look at the lines on your hand. Notice your vision going in and out, and sleep, fully relaxing right down. Okay, now I want you to go back to that belief that it's hard to make money, that you have to suffer to make money, okay? And if you are ready to release that belief once and for all and fully let it go, I want you to nod your head for me. See, there was a slight pause when she nodded her head. So part of her had a little bit of resistance to letting that go. Do you notice it was just, she took just a second before she nodded her head. So there's still a little bit of resistance inside of her, okay? So what I want you to do is allow that belief to come up. Wherever it came from, whether it was from your childhood, whether it was from your family, whether it was from grandparents, whatever it was, allow that emotion and feeling to come up in your body right now. Whether it comes up in your stomach, whether it comes up in your chest, notice how our breathing is changing as this is happening. And when you're ready to let it go, I just want you to take 3 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. And as you do this, you're going to start to feel that energy move inside of your body, and you're going to start to feel yourself relax even more, even deeper into this state. And as it's releasing, her entire physiology is changing right now. She's going into parasympathetic nervous system. She's now relaxing into the emotion, because what happens is when you feel these dense emotions, your body goes contracted. It goes into a fight or flight state. It goes into fear. What she's doing right now is relaxing. And all you have to do to release is relax. It's really, really simple. And just meet it for a moment. Now she's feeling way more relaxed. What I want you to do is visualize that belief like it's just on a whiteboard right in front of your eyes. And now that you can see that belief, I want you to imagine it zooming out, going further and further and further away, until it zooms out further and further and further away, and it's so far into distance that it's now a tiny dot in your mind's eye. You can just about make it out if you try, but you can barely see it. And now I want you to imagine it goes black and white. Now I want you to imagine you draw a red border around it. And now I want you to imagine old TV static goes on it, zzz, and now it's gone. And now you're going to remember to forget that belief ever existed, and it's gone from your subconscious mind. When you try and remember what that belief was, when anybody asks you about it, you're literally going to forget it because it's been deleted from your subconscious mind. It no longer exists. And now, that whiteboard's going to come back blank. And it's going to get closer and closer and closer in front of your eyes. And now you're going to see a new belief. All kinds of new beliefs are going to be flying up in front of this whiteboard right now. Money flows to me easily and effortlessly. I make money in my sleep. I attract money. I'm worthy of money. All of these beliefs are starting to come up right now. And as you can start to see those beliefs, notice the change in your body. Take a deep breath into that. Feel your confidence, feel your certainty rise, feel how good that feels. I want you to imagine yourself surrounded by money, attracting money to you from all ways. Notice how your physiology changes. Notice how your body feels different. And in a moment, when you come back, this new belief will be installed and you will start easily finding ways to attract money to you. And it's already happening. In 3, 2, 1, eyes open, wide awake. How are you feeling?
Really good.
What was that limiting belief, just to tell everyone, that you used to have?
It's about money.
Yeah, what about money? So she's trying to find it now in her mind. She's searching right now into her subconscious mind, and she can't.
Just like fragments of it. I can't even like put it into words.
So imagine if you just couldn't even remember what you were scared about.
Let's go.
What do you feel about making money now?
I feel so excited. Like, yeah, it feels like the word fun just like keeps coming through. Like, it's so fun.
I want to be the next.
Heck yeah. Well done.
Thanks, baby.
Give her a round of applause. Isn't that amazing? So this is just to show you that this is how quickly you can change, okay? It literally happens in a minute if you allow it to happen, okay? So we're going to go through an exercise. Do you want to be involved in this, in this, by the way? I know you had a little bit of apprehension, but would love you to be if you'd like to grab a seat. Yeah, only if you want to. It'd be great. Yeah. I'll never forget your name. Yeah. So as we were going through, I'm just curious if anything was coming up for you guys. Any questions before we get into it?
I mean, of course, my skeptical mind is active.
Yeah.
And it's like, really?
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I think I'm encountering the belief system.
Hmm.
Really can't be that easy.
Yeah.
So of course I'm seeing there is a belief system that it can't be that easy.
Mm-hmm.
But this is incredible, and I'm all game for it.
Yeah, and that's normal, right? Like, it's when you can't fully understand how something works, it's hard to necessarily believe in it. But I'll explain it a little bit just for anybody else who's like, what the fuck just happened there?
Every other time I've seen that done, it's taken a long time.
Yeah.
That was like super quick.
Yeah, it's really just down to, again, it all just comes from belief, right? Like, for me, time is just an illusion, right? Most people, yeah, like most people believe that things just take a long time to do. The reason I love being in Dubai is because where we're sitting right now was just a sand desert 60 years ago. And now we're in one of the most developed cities in the entire world. How do you think this happened? This didn't happen by coincidence or chance. It happened by people saying, we're gonna go and build the most crazy, abundant city in the world. Everyone's gonna tell us it's impossible, but we're gonna do it anyway. How much certainty do you think that required? How much belief do you think that required? Did they come into challenges on the way? Absolutely they did. Did they find a way to get through it? Absolutely they did. And so it's really just allowing yourself to, first of all, actually think way bigger. Because if you think about all of your goals right now, the things that are most important to you, whether it's a financial goal, whether it's a change in your life, whatever it is you want to do, if it was 10 times bigger than it currently is, think about your goal right now. Imagine if it was just 10 times bigger and brighter. And imagine that you wanted to achieve that goal in the same period of time, okay? As you think about that, immediately, what will probably come up is, how the heck am I going to do that, right? Maybe the how. But what it also does is it makes you think differently. Because now if you think about that goal being 10 times bigger, and this is what I do with people as soon as I start working with them. If it was 10 times bigger, suddenly, all of the decisions that you can make get filtered down. Because there's only a few things that you can probably do if you really want to grow and you really want to reach your potential. What it does is it unlocks a part of your brain that taps you into more than you thought you could even do. And it's not, yes, the success part of it's amazing, of course, but it's about who you become in the process of that. That's the really cool bit. That's the growth. That's what everyone here is clearly a very ambitious person. That's why I'm speaking in this way to you guys. When you tap into that, that's where you tap into the magic of life. I'll tell you this. I haven't even been doing this professionally for that long. Okay? I had a moment. I was staying in a penthouse in the marina. I was coming down the elevator, right? I'm Americanized, lift. I'm gonna call it a lift. Spend too much time in America. I'm coming down the lift, and it's mirrored, and I'm looking at myself in the mirror. And the head of this client who's coming up, the new client, he's the head of sales for EMAR. So you know, like EMAR is the real estate company. And I was just coming down this lift. I was looking at myself, and I was like, last time I was here in Dubai, I had no idea what I was doing with my life. And now I'm working with some of the top CEOs, people in the entire world. And I had this moment where I was like, wow, it was like an identity check, right? The reason why I was able to, all these things I'm saying I do myself, right? I apply these to myself. The reason why I was able to change so quickly is because I changed on the identity level, which your identity is essentially just a collection of the beliefs that you have. So if you can shift that, that's when everything changes. The most successful people I've worked with, they'll change over time. You'll see, and I'm sure all of you have done this, when you just reinvent yourself, right? You go into a new era of your life. The ability to do that quicker and in a short time horizon is your ability to get to where you want to go way faster. That's all it is. So I went from running totally different businesses, like marketing company, nothing to do with what I do now, to quite literally hypnotizing myself so strongly that this was just who I became. And then immediately everyone around me was like, what the heck just happened? Like, what? But to me, it was like, no, this is who I am. And so all of you can do that. All of you have that power. You can be whoever you truly be. And this isn't just like a motivational speech. This is like, this is real. This is real stuff. This is what I'm doing every single day, okay? So we're gonna get into it in a minute. I think Maggie just went to the bathroom. So anyone else needs to go to the bathroom or take a break, now's a great time to do it. We'll take like a couple of minutes. If you guys want to just chat whilst they're doing that, feel free. Yeah, go ahead.
You did say that you hypnotised yourself, but do you work with anybody to give your mentor when it comes to hypnosis now?
So I personally haven't, I've obviously trained and stuff like that, but I personally couldn't find a hypnotist who I really resonated with. So I cloned myself with AI, and now I use that basically. Yeah. So I just do that. Yeah.
Did you know you could do it? Like you could do this though before you made it your thing. Like how did you know? So I assume everyone can't just become a hypnotist.
It's a skill. It's obviously like naturally, you know, for me there's a lot of other pieces, you know, being fully aligned with what I believe, whatever you believe in. For me it's God, universe, whatever beliefs, doesn't matter. Put me here to do. So it's more a case of, in the absence of any fear or uncertainty or doubt, what would I do? And this was, for me, this was just the thing. The hypnosis is really just the tool, or one of the tools to create rapid transformation. What I'm really passionate about is just helping people rapidly transform. This, for me, this just happens to be one of the tools to use it. It's not that I'm, you know, so excited about well, I am very excited about hypnotism, but it's because of the change that it can create. So for me, that's what I was more passionate about, was helping people to transform their lives. And so hypnosis is just the tool in order to do that. So it's a skill, just like you can learn, you know, sales, you can learn marketing. Obviously, there'll be different levels of how good someone is at that skill set, right? As is with anything, but it's a skill. Yeah. Yeah.
Change your AI to do it for you.
Yeah. So we're, basically, yeah. And we're releasing like a proper version of it. Think like Headspace, but for hypnosis. So my the app Headspace, the meditation app, if you've ever used any of those apps. Because the way I see it is, like 25 years ago, meditation became a thing that Western people do, you know, to become more present and less from a spiritual perspective maybe. And then breathwork became such a powerful tool, Wim Hof, all of this stuff. For me, what my whole mission about right now is making hypnosis that thing that everybody can tap into themselves. Because I truly believe if you can learn to use this tool on yourself, you can just create change like that. It's a much more practical approach I take with it. because ultimately that's what I'm passionate about. It's just creating change. But anyway, I'm going off on a tangent, but we can talk more about it. Okay.
Just, do you say the wish? Uncle used to her hair wish.
Oh yes, please share.
I think mine's it's a few words being dropped around the room, but it's getting clarity on what I'm here to do, like my purpose and my impact. And get clear on sort of my mission. I think I've got lots kind of coming up, but I just don't really know what it is.
For sure. I love being in that point of where there is just a lot happening and you're not sure, because that's when you're on the precipice of having the breakthrough. So you're right on that line right now. So once we unpack that and you get clarity on it, it will just drop into place. And that's when things get really exciting.
Journaling and writing,
Yeah.
Kind of get the clarity.
Sometimes you just gotta let it release everything. You just gotta surrender to it and just let it come in. And it's a as cheesy or not as it sounds, like it's a practice of letting go. It's a practice of detachment, because when you stop trying to figure it out mentally, that's when it will come. Truly it is, because it will come to you. It will just drop into your mind, because you're then activating the subconscious. You're allowing that much greater intelligence to work for you. Just to put it into perspective, your conscious mind, if it was a computer, could process about 50 bits of information per second. The subconscious can process 20 million bits of information per second. So it's like a Nokia phone versus a quantum computer. Like, we're all like walking around with these Nokia phones thinking like, oh, like we're crushing it. It's like, if you could just use this different tool, you would be infinitely...
I'm so ready for the upgrade.
Yeah, infinitely more ahead. It really, people just don't know about it. That's why I'm so passionate about this stuff, because once you do, and it's just, if you think about it, right? Anybody who's successful in life, and however you define success, basically just did the opposite to what most people did, right? Like, you didn't just take the traditional path, you would have chosen steps to go a completely different direction. This is the same kind of idea, where it's like, okay, instead of us sitting down, trying to figure everything out logically, we're just gonna do the opposite, which is the opposite process. It's allowing it to happen, it's surrendering, it's relaxing, rather than just pushing, making it happen. And then lo and behold, it just comes to you. Everyone here can think of a time in their life when that has happened. Maybe it felt like it was by chance. It wasn't by chance. If you could look back, you would see a sequence of events that led to that. So, who wants to give it a go? Who wants to experience it? Yeah?
I just have a quick question.
Yes. Go for it.
You're saying that it is better to go into meditation, just being open and surrendering to the relaxation instead of deciding what is it that you want to release?
It's not that one's better or worse. It's more about what you specifically need. Both can work really well. If you're in a place where you're kind of stuck, then it might be better to do the opposite, which is to just go into more allowing. If you're in a place where you know specifically what the thing is you need to change because you're already aware of it, then it would make more sense to say, okay, this is the thing. Like for Maggie, for example, she identified what that limiting belief was, which she now can't even remember, and then we changed it, right? So if you know, then keep that front of mind. If you don't know, fine, it will come through. Your subconscious will bring it through. It will literally just it will just pop into your mind. Cool.
So can I just share something?
Yeah.
Just doing that little bit of work that we just done, and I was doing some reframing. I've been waiting for an email to come through, and I thought, let me just check if the work shifted. The email came through. I'm going to Pinterest. Ceremony for the execs, and the email asks for a specific date because a specific exec wants to be at that ceremony. I've just got the shakes. I've literally got the shakes. I've been telling the group, I've been waiting for this email to come through since yesterday, and it's literally just come through. Thank you.
Who else is waiting for like a bunch of money to drop into their bank account? I literally just got hired by a billionaire who was waiting for like $1 billion to drop into their bank account, like to do this stuff. So like and I know it sounds crazy, but it's real. It's real. It's like, that is just an example of it. You can all experience that. This is, for me, my day, this is every single day, this stuff happening. All right.
Ready.
We ready?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. No more questions.
I'm like,
Let me just check my emails.
yeah, you guys are, three of you are like, oh yeah, we're already good, got it now, see you later. Fly back home. Okay, so to start, there's only two things you need to be hypnotized. All of you can be hypnotized because you go into hypnosis all the time without even realizing it. So can you be? Yes. There's two things you need. One, follow the words that I say. So as long as everyone can understand my accent, we're good. Two is to relax. That's it. That's all you need to be hypnotized. Okay? There's no way to do it wrong. It's like if you were going for a massage. You wouldn't think, how do I do this massage right? Am I gonna, you just go and you just chill and enjoy it. That's very much how this process is. You're in control the whole time. You're conscious the whole time. If at any point you don't want to do it, you can just raise your hand. Totally fine. We'll start nice and gently. So you can just take a conscious deep breath in through your nose. As you relax, exhale. One more time, deep breath in through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Last deep breath in, deepest breath of the day. And exhale, letting it all go, noticing that relaxation come already. You're doing great. Now, what I want you to do is gently open your eyes and look at your hands. I just want you to copy what I'm doing by putting your hands together and just opening your two fingers so that you can look up at it. Everyone's doing it perfectly with your fingers open, just like that. And I just want you to focus your attention gently on those two fingers, okay? And I want you to imagine now that there's a magnet in between your two fingers, and that magnet is getting stronger and simply just wants to pull your fingers together. And once you imagine that magnet in between your two fingers, what will happen is it will start to get stronger and stronger and stronger. And a lot of you have already noticed that your fingers are already touching. This is you taking control of your mind. You're simply allowing your subconscious to guide you. And as you imagine that magnet getting stronger and stronger and stronger, for all of you who have already touched their fingers together from that magnet getting so strong, I want you to imagine that I'm wrapping a copper wire around those two fingers. So as I wrap that wire around those two fingers, you'll notice that they just want to get closer and closer and closer together, just like that. Fully just allowing that magnet to get so strong that your fingers start to just gently come together, just like that. Exactly. That magnet gets so strong now that in a moment, what you're going to find is that your fingers want to get stuck together, allowing that feeling of magnetism to go through your fingers, and notice how they want to gently come together, getting closer and closer and closer together, just like that, letting them go through, letting yourself fully relax. The more your fingers get stuck together, the more your body relaxes, and now they are all stuck. You'll start to feel a bit of pressure in between those two fingers. And the stronger that pressure gets, the more relaxed that you feel, and the more you just allow yourself to go into this very calm, gentle state of trance, which you are fully in control of. This is the power of your subconscious mind. And in a moment, when you hear the word sleep, you will not go to sleep. You will just go into a more deeply relaxed state every time you hear the word sleep. In 3, and sleep, fully relaxing all the way down, and sleep, fully relaxing all the way down, and sleep, letting go all the way down, and sleep, fully relaxing, letting go, and sleep, letting go all the way down, and sleep, fully relaxing, letting go, and sleep, letting go all the way down, allowing it to happen. And sleep, letting go all the way down, and sleep, closing the eyes, allowing it to fully be let go of and relax. And sleep, letting go all the way down, all the way deep, and sleep, letting go, fully relaxing. With every word that you hear, it takes you deeper into this state of sleep, and sleep, and sleep, letting go all the way down, and sleep. And now, in a moment, when I start counting down from 5 to 1, every time I say a number, in your mind, you will whisper the words, deeper asleep. And it will take you deeper into this state of relaxation, starting with 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and sleep. Fully letting go. And now I want you to imagine that you are standing at the top of a golden spiral staircase. And as you look down at this beautiful golden spiral staircase, you notice there's a golden handrail, which you put your hand on. And as soon as you put your hand on it, you can feel the temperature of the metal on that hand. And as you take the first step going down this staircase, it takes you even deeper into this state of relaxation. And as you take the next step, it takes you even deeper still. And as you take step after step going down this staircase, you become more relaxed and go more deeply into this state of hypnosis. And as you approach the bottom of the staircase, you notice that there's a door. And as you look at this door, you see there's some light appearing through the cracks of it. So you walk up to this door and you open it and notice that you're in a new room now. You're in fact in a movie theater. And as you look around this movie theater, you realize nobody else is in this movie theater. It's just you. So you go and sit on the very front row of this movie theater. The screen is so bright and big in front of you that you recline the chair to look up at this big movie screen. And what you see playing on this movie screen is your life. But it's not just your life, it's actually two different pathways. Right now, you are at a crossroads in your life, and you have the decision of which way you want to go. There's a pathway to the left, and there's a pathway to the right. And as you first of all look at this pathway to the left, everything is familiar. You recognize the environment and yourself. And whatever the block that has been coming up for you, immediately, it just pops into your mind. Whether it's a fear, whether it's a limiting belief, whether it's not believing you can achieve what you want to, whether it's believing that you have to run your life or business a certain way, whether it's something inside of you keeping you small and not fully shining, whether it's not feeling fully confident in yourself. Whatever that belief is, notice how it just pops up right now. And as you walk down this pathway, these fears, these limiting beliefs, they kind of build up. And you notice that they're all kind of just coming up right now. And suddenly, as you continue to go down this pathway, what happens is a year of your life flies by. And suddenly, things just keep going faster and faster and faster with these thoughts, these fears, these limiting beliefs. And then 5 years goes by, and then 10 years suddenly goes by, and suddenly you look back and you think, where did the last decade of my life go? With these thoughts, these fears, these limiting beliefs, whatever they are. And suddenly, as you take this final step on this pathway to the left, you suddenly get transported to the very end of your life. So much so that you have just 60 seconds left to live in this lifetime. And as you lay there with your loved ones looking down at you, and you see the clock counting down from 60, 59, 58, what would you give for just another 60 seconds? And suddenly, those thoughts, those fears, those limiting beliefs, those blockages of whatever kept you being a limited version of yourself, they feel so insignificantly small. They simply do not matter anymore. And you feel this sense of pain inside of you, this regret, because you know that you didn't live life to the fullest. You didn't reach what your potential could have been, and that's painful. And suddenly that pain that you feel inside of you, that gets transmuted into power. It gets transmuted into action, and you suddenly make the decision to say enough is enough. And you come all the way back to the beginning of those two pathways, and suddenly now, whatever that thought was, whatever that fear was, whatever that limiting belief was, you look at it right in front of you, however it shows up for you, with a feeling, visually, whatever you can hear, whatever senses, I want you to see that right in front of you right now. See it for what it is. And I want you to now, if you are ready, choose to release it. And the way you're going to release it is you're going to visualize it suddenly just moving away from you. It gets zoomed out, it gets smaller, it gets less significant. It zooms out so far away in front of you, in fact, that it's a small little dot in your mind's eye. And as you now look at it, and you can just about make it out if you really focus on it, imagine it goes black and white. And suddenly it loses its emotion that was attached to it. Now imagine you draw a red border around it, and now imagine it goes static, like an old TV. And in a moment, what you'll find is that you remember to forget that that limiting belief ever existed. It's been removed from the deepest part of your subconscious mind. The more you try to think about it, the more you forget it. It's gone. As you try and focus on it right now, it's really hard to even pick up. And that emotion that was carried to it, if you feel anything in your body right now, you're simply going to release it by breathing through your nose with your mouth closed into your belly for 10 breaths. And with every breath that you take, whatever that sensation was, whatever that emotion was, it just starts to subside. And with every breath, you get more and more and more relaxed. And suddenly, as it gets released, with every breath that you take, you start to feel lighter. You start to feel more internally free. Because this does not dictate the way your life goes. You get to decide. And as it gets released, I want you to ask yourself this one question. Why was that the best possible thing that could have happened? How did that serve me? And I want you to see it from a different light, because every story has two sides to it. And you get to choose to see the benefit. Who it made you become. Maybe it was the compassion it gave you, the strength it gave you, the way it led to a sequence of events in your life. Whatever it was, suddenly from this perspective, it becomes very clear how that was actually serving you. And as you have that realization, I want you to allow yourself to feel gratitude for it. And as that gratitude comes in, notice where you can feel that gratitude in your body. Notice how good that feels. I want you to give that feeling a color. Place it in your body, and I want you to allow that feeling now to expand out of you, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Double that feeling, double it again, double it again. It expands infinitely out of you. And now whenever you think back, and try and think back to whatever that thing was from the past that used to hold you back, this is what you feel. And this is how quickly you can change. And now, the pathway to the right appears. And as you start walking down this pathway, you walk down it as a totally new version of yourself. Notice the level of courage and confidence that you have, the amount of certainty that you have. Notice the spring in your step. Notice the way you articulate yourself, the way you make eye contact with people, the way things just happen effortlessly for you. And as you see yourself in this life, you already have everything that you could have ever wanted. It's all here right now. And it feels more real than anything. Notice where you're living. Notice the view. Notice the temperature of the weather. Notice the people that are with you in this life. And how much freedom you feel deep inside of you. How much gratitude you feel deep inside of you. Because everything that you could have ever wanted in your life is here right now in this moment. It exists. And the clearer and bigger and brighter you make this, the suddenly easier it just becomes. Suddenly, the way how to get there becomes so easy. Because when you think from this version of yourself, of course, it's easy, it's simple. Of course, this version of you can create that. Suddenly, making money feels so easy. Suddenly, being confident is so easy. Expressing yourself, taking up space, being able to relax and let go. All of these things are all parts of you that exist, and you find it effortless and easy to tap into them and fully, ultimately, be seen as you. And as you live this life, and as you go down it, life just gets better and better and better every single moment. And you ask yourself the question, how can it get better than this? And the answer is, of course it can. The only limit is your imagination. It's what you choose to focus on and choose to believe in. How does this version of yourself show up? Without fear, without limitation, how does that version of yourself act? And I want you to feel that feeling inside of you and take a deep breath into it, the deepest breath you've taken all day. And as you exhale, every single cell of your body is flooded with this new you, this new identity, this new reality. It is done. And in a moment, when you come back, you'll know it's done because you'll feel the difference and you'll find it so easy and effortless to create that reality. In 3, 2, 1, eyes open, wide awake. How's everyone doing? Anyone still on Mars? How would you describe the feeling of that?
Let's fucking go.
I love that.
So good.
It's like purifying. I found myself really heavy, and I was just kept going down and down, like really heavy. But then as soon as we were coming out, I felt myself getting lighter. Felt light just coming in. My stomach expanding with light. Felt really amazing.
Beautiful, amazing. Anybody else want to share? Sometimes you have no words because it's like the conscious mind trying to catch up with what just happened in the subconscious. But if anyone else wants to share, feel free.
I thought, like, I didn't know if it worked because it felt like I was doing something, but then when you said to like push it farther away and put it in the red box, it kept coming back, but at the same time it kept coming back, like it was still there. So then as we went on, I was like, oh, I don't know if it properly worked. Now I'm trying to like feel my black ball thing. I can't feel it, but I don't know if it completely paying back. That would sound like a lunatic. But like, I definitely feel an emptiness. I don't know, but I can't attach to it. I don't know. If that makes sense, how do I know like if it's really work?
Well, the fact that you're struggling to even feel it is probably a little bit of a side right now. It's sometimes what the mind will do is it will try, because the mind wants to be in the known and what it knows and what's familiar, even if that familiar thing isn't something that's actually serving you. And so when there's change, sometimes it will resist and it'll be like, like we don't know where we're going right now. And that's okay. It's normal for it to do that. It's already worked because I was watching you and you were very deeply in trance. I would just say, just let yourself like chill basically for a few minutes and just like let yourself feel it. The fact that you can already feel that difference shows that it's like very much already happened. But I would say just if your mind's just racing a little bit, just I did one of these in Cape Town recently, and I had one guy, his name's Daniel, had a crazy transformation. I just told him, go and sit on the grass for a little bit afterwards. So just let it just be for a little bit.
Yeah.
And it will pump in. Yeah. What do you feel now?
Unusually calm, like my mind's a million miles an hour.
So what's happening there is your mind is not used to feeling this just calm, right? So your mind's like, this is different, and this is your nervous system has changed into this more calm, relaxed. So this is just, it's just allowing it to come through. If anything comes up in the mind, that's fine. Let it come up, let it go. Just imagine it going away like a cloud into the sky anytime a thought comes back in, and this is your new baseline. Yes.
I've got no idea what she was talking about.
Same. What
Yeah,
red box?
I-
and
yeah,
black.
yeah.
Yeah, you guys are deep.
Yeah.
Also, I can't remember what my like limiting belief was. Like, I think I had one, but I actually can't think of it.
Wow.
I don't know what that far.
I just feel different.
Yeah, I feel different.
I could remember mine.
I'm
but I
glad you
can't
said
now.
that,
I
Susie, 'cause
can't.
that was like
I
the
just
first
I
one.
have one. Like,
Back to me.
Even so think about it, right? Whatever that thing was that was holding you back, you literally can't even remember right now. So it just doesn't even exist in your subconscious. Yeah.
This is around like content creation. I feel real like freedom. Like I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks. But I think maybe it was something about that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just feel like I want to share lots of stuff.
Heck yeah.
Free.
That's how quickly you can change, right? I know it's, particularly if it's first time, it's like, whoa, that was crazy, weird, or many different things, but that's working with the subconscious. It's already done. It's already happened. Now you just let yourself do what you naturally want to do. You don't have to think anything, you don't have to plan anything, just allow. So if you want to go and create content, that's what your intuition tells you, heck yeah, go. If you want to run into the freaking ocean across the pond, let's go. If you just feel like, let me just let this, I need some time to just chill and integrate, also amazing. There's no right or wrong way to experience this. It's exactly what you need. So whatever it is you feel, if you like to journal, if you like to get thoughts out of your mind, by all means do that. If you like quiet time, by all means do that. Whatever you guys need. Does anyone have any questions at all?
Does the fact that I can remember what my thing was
Yeah.
now, does that mean it wasn't as
Great question.
like, 'cause when you initially said, it's going away, I was like, fuck, I can't actually think what it was. And I genuinely couldn't put any words to it or anything. But now I can think what it was.
Yeah.
But because actually what it was actually a really positive thing.
Mm.
When you talked about finding gratitude for it, I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
I feel really grateful for it, but I would, in all the pages of journaling I've done, trying to find this thing, I would never have written it down, ever, because it's something that was actually a positive thing that I was turning into a negative, stupidly, but you know, but I can remember it now, so is that a bad thing?
I mean, if you're grateful for it, it sounds like a pretty good thing to me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and also, even if you can think about it, it's the difference is how do you feel about it? Because a thought without the emotion, who cares? If you have a thought of what will other people think about me and it pops into your mind, but you don't give a crap about that thought, who cares, right? It's only when it has the emotion behind it that it will then affect how you show up. And if you have gratitude about it, amazing, because
I feel lucky because of it.
that's amazing. I mean,
I've turned it into a good thing.
that is. No, you did it. You did this all yourself. That's the absolute best case scenario. If you can look back and see that, because now that thing, whatever was holding you back before, now gives you power. Instead, you literally like transmute that into a force for good. So that's amazing that happened. Yeah.
So I'm not feeling very good at all. I was going to wait, but I can't.
Yeah.
I have to cry. I feel like I'm going to die without doing my mission. I coughed, I stopped breathing, I opened my eyes, everyone was in meditation, and I feel this heaviness on my chest. I was going to wait until after, because you guys are all having a wonderful experience, but I feel like I'm going to like stop breathing. And then I won't get to do what I came here to do. I'm so sorry.
No,
I'm so
of course,
sorry to
let
think
it come
this
out.
happened. I
No,
apologise.
no, you don't need to apologize for feeling how you feel. Give me your hand. You're doing great. You're completely safe.
I think I got locked in when you said like you're like at your deathbed, you've got 60 seconds, and then I stopped breathing. I'm like, fuck, I didn't do what I came here to do. It's too late.
Let it come out.
I'm so sorry.
Just let it come out. This is good. This is ready to come out.
It just feels so heavy, like something's sitting on my chest.
Yeah. Just want you to slowly breathe, just like you're doing right now. That's it. With every breath that you take, you'll notice that a little bit of it just goes away, gets a little bit calmer, a little bit more safe each time, staying with that breath. Just like that. You have so much time to do what you came here to do. There you go. That's it. That's it.
Okay, it's better. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I'm so sorry.
You do not need to apologize for feeling the way that you feel.
Some water. Yeah, please. Thank you. Thank you.
There you go.
Okay, thank you.
How are you feeling?
Better. Better, yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go
Great.
sit on the grass.
Yeah, take some grass time. Absolutely. You are blessed to have some real grass. By the way,
I was just telling
I think this is the only villa I've seen on the pond that has real grass. You guys you don't even know how blessed you are. Yeah, just take a little bit of time. It's, the beautiful thing is when it can be an intense experience, right? To meet that part of you, and I honor all of you for doing that, because now you don't have to wait. you're going to have such a big breakthrough from this. Believe me, you're going to completely transform from this. Because whatever that thing was that was stopping you is now gone. It doesn't even matter what it is. You don't even have to share it. It's not important. What's important is where you are now, who you are now, and what you're creating now. And think about how much life you now have ahead of you. Of course. Anyone else want to share anything?
I only
Yeah,
thank you
of
because
course.
I was with this experience quite naturally when I was kid, and I was sharing something with you that I met a long time ago, and I think that you are a great energy because it was quite natural and easy for me find answer. But the answer that I find today is unbelievable, quite mystic, and I want to share it with you.
Amazing.
And it's impressive. Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing that. Amazing.
You're something really special.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, this got cozy, didn't it? We thought that. How are we doing for time, by the way? I have no idea what the time is. Are we good? 1:20? Okay. We'll probably wrap here then, because I know you guys got to have lunch. I'll hang around for a little bit as well. If any of you have any questions or anything you want to share after, not in a group of people, feel free to chat with me. And yeah, thank you guys for just, seriously, you guys were an amazing group to work with. How deep you're all able to go says a lot to the collective energy of this place, and thank you, Nick, for putting this thing together. Thank you as well, and thank all of you. Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
I feel really free. I feel like I have a weight lifted off my shoulders, and I just want to go and create loads of stuff. I just don't feel limited by anything or anyone.
No more barriers in our own head.
No, I don't even know what the barrier was. I've forgotten, actually.
Amazing.
I felt it was super powerful because I felt so much lighter in my body after the hypnosis. And I really feel like even if I want to remember the limiting belief that we addressed, I firstly don't remember it. And secondly, when I do really force myself to remember it, it's like a block in my head and it's fuzzy. And I don't want to go there because being here feels so good.
Yeah. Why would you want to go back?
Yeah. Why would you want to go back?
I'm feeling light, fresh, free, and very happy that I got a £15,000 sale within minutes of coming out of my session.
Amazing. Many more to come.
Yeah,
By the end of the day, we're at 100K.
Bring it on.
I feel so good. It was such a good experience. I've never been hypnotized before, so I was a little bit apprehensive, but I really relaxed into it, and I came out of it just feeling so good. I can't put it into words. My blocker's gone. I'm literally ready to do what I want to do, and I'm just ready to go for it. I'm so happy.
Let's go. The world's your oyster. Amazing.
Yes, it is.
Oh my God, where do I start? I had quite a profound experience, quite spiritually cathartic. It was very emotional. Afterwards, I couldn't remember what the issue actually was. And then Ibrahim was actually kind enough to do a little extra work on me, which had a real big realization about my purpose and my mission and my calling here on earth. I feel even more galvanized to that mission. Like, this man is incredible, absolutely incredible, superhuman. My new favorite human right now.